and I'll tell them, you know, I market a wellness product called Xango. Have you heard of it? And they'll say yes. Usually they'll say yes. And I'll say, well, you know what? Have you heard how many people will come into your office just to buy that product? Do you know how much you can increase your chiropractic business by having that product? And now you've created their interest because they've worked really hard for that business or that insurance business or whatever. If you're talking to an owner, they want to hear about how they can save what they put their heart and soul into. And then you can say, you know, I'd love to talk to you about how we can increase this business and, you know, people coming back or spas or anything. So be aware and always talk to people about what's in it for them. You know, I was at a meeting, for them. I was at a meeting today with a lot of people, and one of the people who just started, he said, well, you know what my technique is? I'm just calling everybody up, and I'm telling them I want them to help me out and help me build this business because I'm going at it 100%. Well, that's not going to work. I know. He thought that was a great way to get people involved, but it's not. It's a little bit of your story, and then the rest is what's in it for them. How can you enhance their life? So pay attention to what they're saying, and a lot of times somebody will say, well, I'd love to stay at home, and then the distributor, which I always call members, you know, your verbiage is really important too. But the distributor will say, oh, well, I really wanted to stay home too, and this has really changed my life. And I want to be home with my family, and I want my husband to stop working, and this is really, they want to hear how they can stay home, not how you stayed home. And so you always talk what's in it for them. That's really important, very important, Dave.
You know, Sharron, I like what I'm hearing here because you're not talking to, sometimes people see people like yourself and myself and these 200Ks and these 500Ks and so forth. They think we have this long, huge list of hitters just waiting to sign up in our downlines, just waiting for that phone call from us, and that our conversation isn't about that. Our conversation right now is about the things we do to build our business, and it's by going out into the trenches and talking to people and find unique ways. My gosh, you're talking about stores, you're talking about trade shows, you're talking about going out to small business owners and things like that, and keeping business cards that you pick up and calling those people and stuff like that. And really, you know, it's I hope this is a good lesson for a lot of people on the line to see that we build our businesses the same way they build their businesses. The differences with some of the 100 and 200s and 500Ks are, I've always felt, is that we just do it on a more consistent, larger basis. We just talk to more people, and you know, and so forth. And that's what I like hearing, is that we just deal with regular people the same, pretty much the same as they are.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. You know, the one thing I love about Dan Kinnison is he is exactly the same as we are. He's just out going out, like we do a meeting here in San Diego on Monday night. So he goes with one of his distributors, and they go to all the small businesses around the place where we're doing the meeting to invite them to come to the meeting. And we have a really good technique for meetings, too, because we start our meetings at from 6 to 7, and that's our networking time. So when you're inviting some people from a business, you can tell them, why don't you come over with some business cards with your massage place or your GMCs or your hairstyling salon, and network from 6 to 7 with people who are in this area, and then stay and learn how we can add some income.
Oh, that's
and
brilliant.
So Dan goes, so Dan, we go around and we network all the businesses in the area, and we make it a networking from 6 to 7.
Oh my gosh, that's brilliant. There's another gem for us all on the phone. That's brilliant right there. And understand, Dan Kinnison's the same way. This was a #1 distributor. By the way, he's going to be doing the call with us next week. This is the #1 distributor from another company that came into Xango, and notice he's even doing it the way we're all doing it. We just do it in bigger numbers and so forth. But boy, I like some of your methods. Tell me, let me kind of, if you had to name your top 3 methods collecting names or meeting new prospects, what might they be? What kind of give us your top three? I mean, different people will have their different top three. Some would be meeting and greeting people, going around to businesses. Others would be leads. Others would be advertising or something. From your standpoint, Sharron, kind of give us your perspective on your top three.
Well, you know, I do whatever I see is necessary. So the top three might be that I go back into my old address books and my old day-timers and into my desk, and I pull out numbers that I haven't talked to people in a long time. And I can tell you, Dave, if people ever tell us that they don't have any numbers to call, I still haven't called all the people that I know in the past 7 years. I can still go back in and find numbers and build relationships with those people just to say, hi, how you doing? I haven't talked to you in 5 years or 8 years, or I just talked to a friend of mine who I haven't talked to in at least 5 years. Actually sent him a text, and he called me back. So I definitely keep going back to calls of people that I haven't talked to for a long time and get on the phone. How are you doing? What's happening? You know, how's your health? How's the kids? Just all the things. Build that rapport, and then as soon as you take a breath, they're going to say, so how are you? And what are you doing? And now, you know, very casually, I'll just say, well, you know, I'm just a networker. I just love network marketing, and I'm just with a company called Xango for the past 7 years, and I just love this company. And they'll ask a few questions about it, and then casually, I don't try to give them any spiel, and I just say, same thing I do with a stranger. I just say, you know what? I'll send you over a video. Take a look at it. You know, it might be something. I'd love to work with you, but that wasn't why I'm calling. But I'm going to send you over a video and an email, and you can look at it, see kind of what I'm doing, and if it's something that might interest you, and then move on to talk about something else. Then the other thing that's really top that I do is go out and go about and meet people. I mean, I was out today all day long, and I was in restaurants, and I talked to a young lady when I went in to the restaurant who I've talked to about 4 or 5 times about getting on our Wake Up with Dan call, and I said, you've got to listen to this, especially on Saturday morning, because I know that she works in the afternoon. They don't even open until 11 o'clock. And I said, just take this number and promise me you're going to listen to this call on Saturday, because the Wake Up with Dan and Sharron at 9 o'clock on Saturday morning, we do an opportunity meeting. Dan tells his story of why Xango. I tell my story of why networking in Xango. And then we tell everybody about the support that we do for the other 5 Monday through Fridays. And I said, promise me you're just going to listen to this. I'm going to text you 30 minutes before the call to remind you, and you text me back. And that's really important, is to use your phone and text people and get them on the calls and remind them, because their life gets busy. So that's another important thing. And now sometimes, like, we know that we're doing a bang-up job in Russia, so maybe I'm going to get some Russian distributors, or maybe I want to get somebody in California. I'm going to put an ad in the paper. I'm going to put an ad on Craigslist, and it's going to say, looking for executive personnel for working with a billion-dollar company just opened in Russia. Must speak fluent Russian and English. Send your resume to me. So we're going to get some people from Russia absolutely that way, because I got people from Japan that way, and I got people from other cities that we travel to. They send the resume. Everybody's looking for jobs today. So that's a great way to get leads of people who are looking for something. So those are kind of three things, Dave.
That's awesome. Hey, before we go any further, why don't you do a little promo, because it's kind of viral right now. It's extremely popular. This Wake Up with Dan and Sharron. Why don't you give us the details on that, okay?
I'd love to do that. So I'd like you to have a pen and paper, guys, and this is a call that, you're right, Dave, it's gotten so viral that teams cross-line, up-line, down-line, teams that I never would have thought are actually directing their people to our call. And what we do is Monday through Friday, we teach the principles of different things, the basics of working in the network marketing. For example, on Mondays, we teach people how to build their stories. So you hear a lot of stories, too. And we teach people how to use the phone, and we teach people how to make their list. And then on Friday, we teach people how to make money. So we have a specific thing we teach Monday through Friday, and then we opened up on Saturday by popular request to do a opportunity meeting where we're encouraging people to do kind of a coffee clutch in their home, where they invite their neighbors, their family, their friends, and turn it on speakerphone. And then we do something that will actually, it's an opportunity meeting, and and also shows those people the support that we have. So I'm going to give you the number, and I hope that you use it every single day. And if you just bring one person a day to the call from your downline or a prospect, that's 300 people that you're going to bring for this next year. In 2011, Dave, for my team, it's the debt-free year. You know, like the Chinese have like the year of the horse or the dog or something. This is the year of debt-free. We want everybody to own themselves. And we promise you that we're going to be there every single day with a different tip on how to help build your business, how to get people sponsored in your business. We're going to help you sponsor. Just get people on every day. So here's the number, 712-432-2900. And then the access code is 536-821-POUND. That's 712-432-2900. And the access code is 536-821-POUND. And that's at 9 a.m. California time. So all of you who are in different parts of the country, just figure out what the rest of it is. But it's 9 a.m. California time. And just really get started. We can really help you get out there and build. Be on the call every single day if you can, because there's some new pearl that you're going to learn. Just like, you know, today I'm sure there's some new things that you got, Dave, from talking, but we give different things every single day, and Dan does a tremendous job, and he's a tremendous person. He's very heartfelt. In fact, that's why we are together, and we're so closely bound in getting Xango and everybody building to whatever dreams they want to build, because we love people and we do it for the love of you and for you to make money. As Dave knows, I don't really need any more money. What Xango has provided so much to me and my family. It's unbelievable. But now is the time to pay it forward, to give it back. And we do give it all the time, and all of you right from day one. But even though we don't need to be doing this, we do it because we love doing it and love helping people. So we'd love to have you on the call. And I'd also like to say something that's really important, Dave, is that when you go out to prospect, when you're out and about, when you're at meetings, when you're at events, always have a professional business card. And right now people are ordering cards from our favorite card place, which is very inexpensive, with the Wake Up with Dan and Sharron call right on their card. And you can put the life as it could be right on the card. So people have that information. Wake Up with Dan and Sharron, and the phone number says, I'd like you to call this number. And you can get those cards that are specifically made for that call from mangosteinprint.com. And they have postcards. And Dave, that's another thing that I always do that's really important is I send out postcards to people who've reached milestones. They've gone 1K, 5K, because people like to get something. They put it up on their refrigerator that says debt-free 2011, and put it up there. So you can get great postcards from mangosteinprint.com also.
Yeah,
so those are another thing.
Yeah, we all need to do that more in terms of recognition of things and so forth. And I want everybody to know from my standpoint that that call's what I call a safe call. They don't promote things that you know, that you don't want that you don't want your people hearing. It's just
right.
Good mainstream methods of building the business and doing the right things. The only thing you will hear there is they do say things in support of life as it could be, and we in the videos, as you can see, and we appreciate that. And but other than that, it's a very you know, it's a very safe call.
And we do say you use whatever tool you want to use. I mean, we do say, you know, you might be using my Mangostein. You know, this is what we do, but you can use whatever business tool that you like to promote. So it is a very safe call. We don't promote anything out of ordinary.
Yeah, very safe call. That's always important. And on this call, I always like very safe things promoted, and that's a very safe call. Well, let's keep going. I appreciate that, and I'm going to be on. I know I'm going to listen to your call tomorrow in the morning with some friends. We have a 7-time karate world champion staying at our house here with us and Andy Willoughby, and so I think all of us will be on that call in the morning, listening in to you with you and Dan.
Well, that'll be awesome.
Yeah, we'll be there in the morning.